Welcome back. We are live in the arena. Gabe Owen breaking off against Jordan Shepherd. It's Wales versus the USA in our second quarterfinal here in the Kansas City Shootout. Stephen Jameson with you on comms. Alongside me is Stephen Wyatt. And a super impressive first game for our first quarterfinal there, Stephen. And it will, you know, I think it'll take some topping in terms of drama. It had a little bit of everything, Ricky Evans and Tyler Steyer.
Yeah, you know, I'm still not recovered from that match. It really was a very, very close match, and the excitement there at the end. You know, Tyler gave it a try on that last rack, and he knew he could get out, and he knew all he needed was the golden break, which is not an easy thing to ask for.
But it's something, isn't it?
It is
keeps
something.
You alive and keeps, as Ricky mentioned, when you're in the chair desperately hoping for your opponent not to make that one shot. It keeps you right in the uncomfortable zone.
And you know, we've already seen 2 golden break wins.
We have.
And just to have a golden break, send it to the 6-ball shootout where, oh no, that's a big mistake there. Gabe Owen simply misjudging the pocket there. You know, something we talked about, me and Dell, I think the pockets are getting a little tighter. There's a lot more people in the room now.
Well, Ricky mentioned it in his interview. He said they're starting to stop playing like valleys was his words, which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, and that will be a factor for sure as this day continues. It was a brand new setup, freshly put in for this event yesterday, really, and because of that, as everyone who has played on a brand new table knows, they play generously. So when it's a new cloth, new cushions, all the rest of it, they play pretty generous, even with these modified pockets. It's not your typical valley in that sense. These have been modified to 4 inches. You can see if you look even on the main camera, the bottom pockets give it away. The cushions making those pockets shrink just a little.
You can see the overhang on the rail tightening those pockets up. They definitely play tight. And Jordan Shepherd here asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. Our wonderful referee staff taking care of that for them.
Yeah, Daryl Hibbard out in the middle on this assignment.
They are part of the IRO, International Referee Organization. Yeah, there we go. These guys do a great job.
Yeah, they're the best. And it's a fair commitment for them as well, I will say. Oh, wow. No, he's fluked it.
And he fluked it in.
That's incredible.
What a fluke there by Jordan Shepherd. Throws his hand up, but he knows he's very happy for the fact that ball went in off the 9, because it's going to allow him to steal the rack from Gabe Owen. Just has to make this 8-ball.
Oh, Jordan. Yeah, he almost retreats back to his chair guiltily there. Well, let's be honest, that 8-ball was a little wide. He was fortunate, I think, to see that float in. Don't think they'll be going in on Sunday, put it that way.
Yeah, and these guys, I'm sure, are just happy that they're getting the table while it is playing a little bit bigger for this shootout, because we are finishing this event tonight. The shootout will be crowning a champion at the end of the night. Of course, after that, 3 more championships to be crowned on Sunday. There's so much action going on in this room. It's going to be very tough to follow everything, but we're going to do our best to do it. Of course, ladies and juniors have their own bracket. I'm very excited about the juniors event. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, but currently Jordan Shepherd, Gabe Owen, second round of the Kansas City Shootout. And Gabe, unfortunately, having to look on from his chair, probably feeling a little let down by his 9-ball helping Jordan win that rack.
That's a well-judged cannon, and all of a sudden, this finish opens right up for the Welsh Wizard. Talked about Jordan in the build-up to the show tonight. He is a mercurial talent. Shootout really suits his kind of game. He is quick, he's flowy, he's inspirational. And wherever he goes, he's a real fan favourite to watch. Not the biggest name in the USA. This is his first trip in a pool sense here, and he's looking to make the most of it and make some new friends and no doubt some new fans as well.
Well, and as a whole, Jordan is one of the players who's really came over here and said, I want the full experience.
Yes.
Went out to the baseball game with us for the Kansas City Royals the other day. Justin Bergman, Chris Milling. I mean, all the options there. Gabe Owen versus Ricky Evans.
There's no bad options. There really isn't. There's no stale tunes, as we like to say.
No stale tunes.
In the UK coming up this evening. There are only good matches to come. So strap in, get comfortable, enjoy your Friday night with us. Here live from Kansas City, Gabe Owen.
I'll tell you what, that's a good break.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
The 3 and the 15 both down. Really, his only problem is going to be this 11, 13, 7 area. And if he can get that clear out, I don't see why he can't run this rack out.
Yeah, he'll certainly fancy it, that's for sure.
Ooh, used all of the pocket for the 14 ball, overrolled just a smidge. This is not what Gabe wanted. He's going to have to cut this 11 ball super thin up the rail or take a bit of a flyer at the 10 ball. I don't think he can see the 9 ball, so this is an important shot. He's going to come a little short on that, and Jordan jumping out of the table, or jumping out to the table, getting the cue ball cleaned, and now looking to go to work.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out the getting the cue ball cleaned is not a time delaying tactic because the clock doesn't stop. Jordan just plays so quickly that it's not really an issue for him to get the cue ball cleaned. He's the sort of guy who would probably give it a go on a 15-second shot clock, honestly. He's quick enough.
I was about to say, I'd be willing to bet that he doesn't do it that many times on that 15-second shot clock.
No, he'd probably take his medicine most of the time, but he's one of the few that would probably consider it.
Of course, you know, I question, did he make it to the 10-minute mark on his first match? I honestly do not remember.
Yeah, it was tight. It feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it?
Right.
That game. But yeah, it certainly wasn't much of it. It wasn't exactly a vintage Jordan Shepherd performance as well, but as we often say in this sort of format, it's about winning the moments more than it is playing perfect pool. It's difficult to do so in these conditions because it puts you under a lot of pressure. This format is designed to make players make mistakes. And if you manage to play perfect pool, well, that's amazing. We all enjoy your performance, but oftentimes that is not the way it goes.
Well, and if you think back, the one thing I do remember about Jordan's first match is he didn't want to play the last rack. He was up 5-2. He just didn't want to play, so he snapped the 8 ball. I mean, you know, that's how you finish a match. That's the
in style.
That's the bam. That's the mic drop moment.
Just checking with the referee that he's okay for where that ball is situated. He's made a ball. And this is what I think of as a typical cut break bar box American 8-ball layout. No room. Everything's tight and clustered.
And that's what you don't want when you're down. I think it's way too early to mess with the clock, so it looks like Jordan lost his chalk. Casually walks over, picks it up. If that was a 15-second shot clock, He probably still would have done that, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
So quick.
It's actually a really cute little cannon he played there. Judged it really well to be able to still be able to see the 15.
Yeah,
Just has to mind his work on coming down for the 10.
and that's going to, oh, he's going to take care of that right now. Just shoot the 12, roll down for the 10. And then he's really got the choice on the 9 or the 11. If you want to shoot the 11 in the side, you can. You don't have to.
Yeah, interesting to see what he wants to do here. And back to this left side rail, bouncing out. It's a little flick. That's okay. Options here. He can go any which way really. Just depends on how he sees it.
He played that very well. Just bumping into the 2 ball. Holds his position for the 11. A really good start here for Jordan Shepherd. 4-0 lead if he can sink this 8 ball.
It's super from Sheppy. What you haven't quite seen yet, and you may get to, I hope you do, because it's a treat when it happens, is when Jordan Shepherd enters, I don't know what you'd want to call it, beast mode.
I want to see a 6 ball shootout. I want to see the time put pressure on the players to a crazy extent. I guess that's mean of me.
Yeah, sadistic.
I want to see them squirm, but it is so very entertaining to watch.
I think at the minute,
cue ball.
I think Gabe Owen's only real hope at this stage would now be for a 6 ball shootout, because he finds himself 4 racks down and it feels like a long way back. Jordan can take stripes here. Those 2 balls in the kitchen are set as a combo.
The funny thing is, we say that it's a long way back and the time is running, but we're down 4 racks and there's still just under 20 minutes left on the clock. So there is still time, but man, with Jordan at the table, Gabe's going to need.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue, is keeping him off the table.
Yeah. Ooh. That's not going to do it. He's got that ball on the side. And if he doesn't, he's got the 4 or the 2.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. He's not on the 3. Has he got a shot here?
I think he's got a shot on the 4 ball. Oh, he played the 2.
That's okay. It's all right. It's not ideal, but it's okay.
It's definitely not the best. The 4-3 combo is not something I really want to shoot at because of the way the 4 ball comes off the 3. You have to control the cue ball very, very well. I'm sure Jordan can do that, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, touchy judgment shot this. We could just slide by it. That helps. He's still resting to try and get back in position here, but one more good shot should do that.
It's always better to get out of position on your second shot or your first shot than it is to do it on your 5th or your 6th. Much harder to come back from. And Sheppy, as they call him, is going to come back from this one. He's on the 8 ball. He's going to go up 5-0 if this ball falls in the bottom left.
Well, he just landed a little short on that 8 ball. And for me, he just rushed it a fraction.
He came in just a little quick. I agree with you there for sure. Now Gabe here with a good opportunity.
Jordan just had a little bit of interaction with our camera there. That's a lovely shot from Gabe. I wonder if that wasn't set as a combo then. In fact, he's played into it.
He's really made it tough on himself. Yeah, he shot that ball a little quick. You saw there in the replay. He wasn't exactly set perfect on that shot when he fired it. maybe just gave it a, not enough respect to shoot the ball and take your time. But these pockets are definitely not playing like a valley anymore. Solid run out here by Gabe. Just needs to keep it smooth. He's got the time. I think the big kicker here is having Jordan Shepherd make 3 more mistakes. And that's only the beginning. Gabe's got to play almost perfect. On this rack, he's done it well.
Yeah, he needed this, Gabe Owen. Needed an opportunity to get back into the match, and that's what's just happened. He goes onto the scoreboard. There's still a gap, though. It's still a substantial gap at 4-1.
I haven't seen him play much 8-ball on the small table, so it's been interesting to watch here.
Not a bad accolade to have on your resume there, is it?
Absolutely not.
Well, what a break for Jordan Shepherd to find. Meanwhile, as this match continues, crunches this cut break. And a real good chance here. Real good chance. He'll go solids. Friendly little nudge on the 7 just to ease the traffic congestion. And these should reassert Jordan's 4-frame rack advantage.
Yeah.
Still working on the cultural differences, folks. We're still one day in. Long way to go.
Long way to go. But Jordan's not going to have a long way to go, because I think if he wins this rack here, and there's now less than 14 minutes on the clock, it's going to make it very, very difficult in an alternating break format for Gabe to come back from this. You'd have to see some Tyler Steyer-esque runouts.
You have to see multiple of them.
And hope that Jordan dry breaks twice at least. It's going to be very difficult, but it's not in the realm of impossibility. I think Jordan here is slowing down a little bit, slowing the pace, because he knows where he's at in this match.
He's just making sure, isn't he? But that's not the greatest shot he's ever played. Wanted to hold that, I think. He's actually ran a little far. But that is played perfectly.
It's hard to think that Jordan Shepherd doesn't have a spot in the finals with the way he's played today.
That is the very first item checked off the tick list, a successful break. His opening shot's tough. It's not got a huge amount to go at here. Is it the 11?
Yeah.
This is only open ball. He's played it beautifully.
The thing here is, I know there's still a lot of time left, but I think at this point, with where you're at, I think Gabe needs to speed it up a little bit. I know he wants to take the time, and you don't want to rush, but you don't want to take 30 seconds a shot either, because the time clock is slowly running down. He's not going to have 30 seconds to play with here in just a minute.
Well, that will help speed him up some, won't it? The 15-second shot clock comes in just over a minute and a half.
I think if I'm in this position, I would want to be out of this rack with one more game on the board. going into the 15-second shot clock.
Wanted it to sit, it just kept on rolling. I think he's tried to play there on the 13, but he's a long, long way past that. Might just be a bank shot here. I don't think he's got anything else. Bank shot on the 9 gets him back in position potentially.
Yeah, it's a big ask on this 9 ball, because not only do you have to make the ball, but you have to work the cue ball a little bit to get shape on any other ball that you have. It's not a standard shot. Running, time. He took a flyer. Wow. He took a flyer, and is he gonna get? Oh, he's got a shot.
He's got a shot. Well, I'd love to see that one again. He somehow squeezed the 14 in there. I'm still not entirely sure how he's done it.
I was under the impression that it didn't go, but that was almost a complete backwards cut. But he fired it in, and look at the time clock, guys. Just 30 seconds, under 30 seconds remaining until the clock turns on.
Just in time. He's riding that 30-second shot clock hard, and that's one thing, but he won't have that sort of luxury very, very shortly. 15-second shot clock is going to come in after this shot.
Yeah, this is his last shot to hold for 30 seconds. Maybe a smart decision here, changing shots, knowing that clock is going to come in if he's aware.
Oh, and that may be the final act of Gabriel Owen's shootout assault.
Yeah, the proverbial nail going into the coffin. He's got a little bit of an insurance policy with a 13. That ball can go smoothly.
He's played better shots as Jordan.
You know, I expected him to shoot that like that, but I expected him to roll up just a little bit. I didn't expect the stop.
Yeah, he's recovered well though. He's back in prime position. This is dot to dot from here.
It's what we call a tic-tac-toe rack. Don't have to do anything special. Just make the ball. The Welsh Wizard is back on. And we're looking at a clash of the Titans.
Aren't we just? A brilliant semi-final is set between a red-hot Ricky Evans and a slowly coming to the boil Welsh Wizard. We have not seen the best of Jordan Shepherd yet, but he is improving, and he has knocked out the former US Open champion Gabe Owen to advance into the semi-final.